morning. Thought I would recall down into the dairy. I'm 43 miles away. So we are around about Sioux Falls, and then we're going down to Hurley. And then after Hurley, we come back up to Sioux Falls, pick a load of palletized rock up to take to Menard's store in Kearney, Nebraska, which is about 50 miles the other side of Grand Island. And then I believe, and I need to speak to him this morning, I believe that I got to take my truck in because they want to do a service on it, and I do need to see if I can get that differential fixed, that pinion seal. I got a water leak on one of my lines, my coolant lines. It's up the back. I think it goes into possibly into the sleeper. I got to get one of them looked at. I got to get tyres rotated and possibly steer tyres. We'll see. So it's been like this all the way down. About the last, not all the, I got to rephrase that. It's been like this for about the last, probably about the last 20 miles. It was a little bit on and off coming down. It was a little heavy about 20 miles back, and now we're sort of breaking up as the sun tries to make its way up. So it's just moisture. So I'm just going to name it. I'm just going to name it Sioux Falls, down to Hurley. Because this is 90 right here. We've had a pretty decent run, so it's been quiet. I mean, I've only got traffic now because it's that time of the morning. What is it? It's 7:38. 7:36. I keep forgetting it's on my stereo. I gotta start recording. I gotta figure my videos out a little better. Stop recording it where it just sits there for 20 plus minutes, 30 minutes of absolutely just looking out of the window and nothing. So I got to stop doing that. I need to do better when it comes to that. Make it just where it's got halfway decent. And then I got to start messing with my phone as well while I'm driving. I need to stop doing that. But that's, like I said, it's I don't have to upload them though. I would know because I could have deleted them all. But that's okay. It's not the end of the world. I'm sure I get told off one way or another. That's Flying J over there with the most incredible sign, which is completely messed up. I'm going to get over here. These Muppets will be racing down here at 100 miles an hour. Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I haven't been up here for a very long time. It has been a while actually. Oh, you know what? I think I might have come through here when I was doing, when I pulled a load out of Montana when I was with, actually I think I did come through here. I think I did. I just don't come up here often enough. I like South Dakota. I like the Dakotas. I think they're pretty decent states. The young girl that served us yesterday, I went to the counter. She was, I don't know, just a little different. So anyway, I went to the counter and put my bits and pieces down so I could have something to, which is always garbage, it's never decent food. And I'm sure as shit won't eat at Subway because I don't want to get food poisoning. Subway sucks. But, other people may like them, but I've heard too many stories and I know people that have got food poisoning from eating at Subway, so it's not going to happen. But anyway, I got there and I put my 2 drinks of milk down and a couple of sandwiches. And I threw a couple of packets of chips up. Crisps, as we like to call them. But I threw them up on the counter, not at her, I just threw them up on the counter and she huffed at me. And I said, you know, it don't cost nothing to smile and have a cheery look on your face. I said, it's absolutely free. No one charges you for it. She goes, it costs you everything. And I went, oh, okay then. All right then. She wouldn't smile. She just carried on her ways. It's like, just was irritated. And I don't know who irritated her, but someone did. It wasn't me. And then when we got to the end of it, she's like, okay. And I just stood there. She goes, oh, you want a receipt as well? Like, would be nice, you know, that's part of your job. That's what you get paid to do. Is to say at the end of it, would you like a receipt, sir? Yes, that'll be nice, thank you. Or just even print one off and give it to me. But yeah, she had a very big chip. She was complaining that she's been a long day, and I said, well, it's been a long day for many of us, so still doesn't cost anything to smile and just be a little chipper. You don't have to act like you're a miserable prick all the time just because you think that the world's against you. Well, it's not against you, you just create your own problems. And I refuse to let my problems that I create get me down and be mean to other people. I like to wake up every day extremely happy, full of life, and glad that I am alive. And that is the way I'll always be, never been any different. Today is a new day, we start again. We go on down the road, we do what we got to do, we smile, we laugh, we be as happy as we can, and we try to conversate with people. And sometimes it works, sometimes it don't, it just depends. But I'm sure as shit ain't being dragged down by a bunch of miserable wankers. It's like 55 degrees Fahrenheit at the moment. I think that's about, what is that, about 12 degrees centigrade, 13 degrees centigrade, something like that. Celsius, centigrade. We got it centigrade, right? I've always called it centigrade, but I think it's Celsius as well, right? I don't know, I can never keep up. They change the words so often. I know it's always been Celsius, but I swear, my brain says that we've always called it centigrade. So if I'm wrong, then help me out, because I swear I remember that as a kid. We got to get 14 miles down the road here to exit 64. See if we can actually do it right this time, which we should. Yesterday was a bit of an exciting day. At least we found, you know, after I turned up, they all turned up, and it was easy for them. Which I swear to you, they would have missed it, just like I did. But it was because we were all there, I was there, then them 2 other trucks were there, then everybody else that turned up had the ability to be able to find, because they were all going to drive past as well, because I was telling you that your GPS was not sending you to that point. It doesn't matter if you had Google or if you had another GPS, it wasn't sending you that point. Now, I must explain the reason why I had to use the GPS is because he sent me the pin. So he sent me the pin on the phone for us to follow. That's why we followed it on Google. So it was like, it wasn't like he gave us the, if he'd have just said to me, hey, come up Highway 220, keep coming, you'll pick up Highway 5, which is 430, you get on that, you'll turn right, and you'll follow that along basically back east. Keep on coming before you get to intersection for, I believe, I can't remember what highway that was now, but anyway, before you get to an intersection, there'll be a couple of places in front of you, and as you're coming up towards it, you'll see a bridge, and then I'll be on the left hand. Far out, man. If he'd have told me that, I would have been like, boom, found you straight away. So of course it was like everybody was doing the same thing. I swear the GPS was sending you way past that point. I got to get over it, man. Surely not. I got to get over it. We're still in 2 lanes. No, we're still in 2 lanes. But anyway, we got it done, right? I mean, it doesn't matter anymore, as people like to say. So in future, I think when I see somebody on the side of the road who's moving bales around, I'm going to stop and walk over there and go, hey, you're the gentleman I need to talk to. And I'm sure they'll say yes or no. At least you got to see a different part of something, which was only about what? I think it was half an hour, wasn't it? I lost half an hour, 30 minutes. That's right. If I can get back to Grand Island, I see if I can pick up a new mount, one that will stick to the screen better. I've come up with a better idea. I've got some sticky pads in the back, and I'm sort of, oh no, that ain't gonna work, because when I want to remove it, well, maybe, I don't know, I'll see. I've got some sticky pads in the back, Velcro stickies. I might stick one of them on the back of the pad and stick that to the window. I don't know. I think that one there cost me like $60 because it's pretty decent. I like it. It's good. It's just the glue got worn out where I kept peeling it on and off all the time. So that's all that is. I suppose I can speed up now. So like the phone's sort of moving at the moment, but I'm not going to mess with it because I promised myself I'd stop doing it. So if it falls, it falls. And it is what it is. I'm not going to mess with it until I stop. Because I shouldn't mess with it when I'm driving anyway. So once we get to exit 64, we got 20 miles to get to the farm, to the dairy. That will be exciting. Then we come back up here. I think it's 58 miles back up here if I remember rightly. So then we come back up here 58 miles to pick up a load of rock and go back to Kearney. But my day's going to be pretty short today anyway, because by the time I get unloaded back up, pick the rock up, I'll see how far I want to go. I don't know yet. I might get so far and just call it quits anyway. So. Oh, seriously, don't do that. Why are you braking? What are you doing? Why? What are you doing? Why would you pull in front of me because you saw a police car? You got no lights on as well. Seriously, dude? Speed up now, dickhead. Fucking moron. Screwing around inside the car with something, shit itself because it saw the police car, and then wants to speed up the minute I come around it. How stupid can you be? And no, I'm not backing out of it just because someone else is ignorant. And damn right I'll blow the feckin' horn out of muppets. You were already speeding. You was already into it. He isn't going to come for you. He's not interested. You'd have just stayed at 70 and carried on. He's not going to get you for 5 over. Fecking muppets. Exit anyway, so I did all that for nothing. And it's going to speed up the ramp and get up the top, stand on the brakes to catch the pickup up at the stop sign, because they're fecking muppets. That right there irritates the shit out of me, as you can obviously tell. So like, don't be a dumbass, man. They're not going to get you for 5 over unless they're having a real crackdown, and I swear they're not going to touch you. They're going to get you for about 10, 15 over. Hell, you can even do about 8 over and they might just, well, yeah, they might pull you, but you're going to get a warning, you're not going to get a ticket. It's 10 over that they're going to come for you. That's pretty been standard for a very many amount of years that they'll do it that way. Oh, that's my favourite car. Not my favourite car. Not. It's a Prius. I have no love for a Prius. If you own a Prius, I'm really sorry, but I could never ever be your friend. Just solely for the fact that you own a Prius. Nope, not going to happen. No, you own a Prius, that's it. It's the end of all ends right there. Prius owners, you are just a very unique, different, strange part of the human race. Very weird. Prius. No. Sorry, no, you and your Priuses, you can all go fuck yourselves. I'm sure you're very nice people, I'm sure you're absolutely lovely, but your choice of a Prius is sucking. It ends right there. Alright, I'll stop now, because that other person irritated the shit out of me. Hell of a rainstorm this morning. I'm like, oh, that straw's going to really like that. Suck all that moisture up. not sure who else was coming here, if there was anyone else coming here. So I'm going to get there at like between 8:20 and 8:30. I think they open at 7:30. I'm not sure, but I thought I'd leave it about half hour past time of 8 o'clock, which they got me down as a schedule between 8 and 4. So I thought I would leave it in case anybody else has turned up there first. It's Worthing. That's awesome. We're going to Worthing. I ran over a skunk this morning, poor bugger. I caught it right at the last minute. I caught it and I went straight over the top of it with my steer axle and my drives, like whack. Like, oh, that really sucks. Phone. Now South Dakota 65 on their back roads. Like Iowa's 55, Nebraska's 60, 65, Minnesota's 60, North Dakota's 65, South Dakota's 65. It's like they've all got their different speed limits on the back roads. Iowa's 55, Ohio's 55, I think Illinois is 55. That really sucks. It irritates everybody when you just do it 55. Tea. I'd live there. Oh, I'd so live there. Oh, I'd so live in Tea. Tea would be awesome. they're strolling along right here. And their little old thing just tinkering along. Tinker, tinker, tinker. We're going to get over. This could be interesting. On my safety score yesterday. I don't really care about my safety score, it is what it is. It's quite interesting once you start realising and working out how it works. It's like you can trick the system if you want to, and I know you can. So you try to figure it out, and I'm slowly figuring it out, but I lost points yesterday for speeding on the back roads. So they have this point system that they like, you win awards, and it's like, I love Chief. I think Chief's awesome. I like the job, but I'm not into. Many other people may very well be into it. And good luck to them. I wish them all the best. But I really could give them his bollocks. I'm just grateful to go to work. I'm grateful to get a paycheck. Well, yeah, I am grateful to get a paycheck. I'm grateful to be paid. Let's put it that way for what I do. So, you know, if you get any bonuses, so be it. It's awesome. Personally, I really would do without the bonuses and just be paid, you know, a decent rate, to be honest with you. I hope I can go across, because if I can't go across, I'm screwed. I believe I can go across. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. Come on, phone. Can we just do this? Okay. Yeah, I can go across. I said I wouldn't, but it's irritating me. Oh, school bus stopped. Side of the road there, my friend. Sure would appreciate it. Thank you very much. You stay on your side, we'll be happy. Yeah, it's a good lad. Man. I know what my problem is. I'm starting to realise it now. It's not the. I think I got to put the backing on my phone. I think I'm starting to understand what's going on. Now I know why the phone keeps dropping. Yep. I got it. I see what it is. I got them stickies. I'm going to put stickies on the back. I think the Velcro. I don't think it's my rubber on the window. I'm starting to realise it's the magnet on the back of the phone with the fucking electrical tape. And the electrical tape's just not having. Okay. Look at that. I think I might have figured out what my problem is, because I should have fixed it yesterday. But never mind. It's hey. That's Mark. Mark does everything the wrong way, not the right way. fix that. That's my problem right now. Probably should just glue the metal plate to the back anyway. I might just leave this recording until I get situated, and then I'll stop it. So it'll be like an hour or so. But hey ho. So anyway, they give you like these quarterlies and these bonuses and that, and it's an incentive, you know. It's to make you do better and work better and drive better and all them sort of things. I mean, I know what the purpose of it is. It's all, you know, it's a good idea, and a lot of people like that. It's not that I get told off because it sounds like I'm being a critique or I'm complaining, and it's like, no, you're not understanding. It's like I'm not critiquing or complaining. If that's how you wish to do it, that's fine. But it's like making a dog do tricks and then giving it treats for doing the tricks. You know, it's like, hey, you're doing really well there. Here's a treat. Now do another trick. And it's like I don't agree with it. I think it should just be a fair playing field all the way across. It's like, I just would like a decent rate and keep the rate at that for your ability. If you want to give extras for like tarping and unloading, multi-stops and that, you know, that's fine. You already do enough in my eyes of other stuff, which I think helps a lot anyway, because, you know, we don't pay for a lot of stuff here as it is. They cover most of it, if not all of it. So have them incentives and that, like I say, it's I think it creates a bit of backlash between the drivers, because most of them won't say anything, but it irritates a lot of them when they can never get to that status, and then others are always up in that top 10 status, you know, and that's like, so, you know, they do driver of the month and all that, blah blah blah, driver of the year, and it's like, that's good, I get it, it's you know, they like all that, but I don't believe it's for the driver. I believe it's for them in the office. It's for the company itself. It's to make them look like they're worthy to work for. That's all. It's smoke and mirrors. So I get told off in respects because I get told that I'm a critique. You know, you're complaining, and it's like, okay. Like I said, you make a dog do a trick and you give it a treat, and you make it do more tricks and you give it more treats, and then all it wants to do is sit there and beg for more and more and more treats, you know. So that's just my point on it. Am I right? Of course not. Absolutely not. It's just my point. That's how I see it. And will I change it? No, of course not. They'll always carry on their ways. That's their ways. They're more than welcome. They're entitled to it. I just see it my way, and if I was an owner of a massive company and I was doing it, I wouldn't do it that way. I would make every driver believe that they are worthy, and every driver would receive the same amount regardless of whether one works more than the other, because if you've got like people that are slacking to the point that they're not doing their job, then obviously you don't keep them, you don't employ them anymore, you move them on. Not because they're useless, but because they're obviously not very good for the company in respects that they can't do the job that you believe they're entitled to do, and they obviously can show they can't do it. So you move them on, you allow them to go somewhere else, or they may do better somewhere else. Maybe it's just this job may not just be for them. So my argument is you allow them to go somewhere else, and they can probably benefit and grow somewhere else better than they can here. But for everybody else that's doing an outstanding job, I don't think one's better than the other. I think we're all equal, and it is an equal playing field. So I think everybody should benefit from that. That's how I see it. And obviously they don't. But many companies do it very similar to the way that they do it here. And that's fine. So to when they did the driver appreciation for the week. I think I don't agree with driver appreciation just for a week, whatever, and it's always in September. I think it's just like I don't agree with all these like Black History Month and LGBT Pride Month. I don't agree with them. I think it's ridiculous. I think it's a every day, every year. It's a 365. It's not 1 month selected for you and 1 month selected for you. I think it's just straight through the board. It's 365. It is what it is. But they do that, and I don't agree with it. So here they did driver appreciation, and they did that, and I think it's more for them than it is for us. I think if you really appreciate us, I think the best appreciation you can give a driver is to allow them their home time when they ask for it. Make sure that you've got everything planned up to that point. Things happen. You can't always make it home on time, and it's acceptable. You have to accept that. It happens. Sometimes it's out of your hands. So I just think that they could do better. I think companies could do better without this whole driver appreciation for the week, because they do it, and it's mainly for the office, it's mainly for the staff, it's never really for the driver. They believe it is, but I don't believe it is. And they do a raffle or they bring in these prizes, and then they do the raffle of pulling the name out of a hat, and then whoever wins. And I don't agree with that. I think that once again it should be shared straight across the board. I don't think one should get more than the other. I don't agree with it. That's just how I look at it. Am I right? Am I wrong? No, not at all. I'm never right. They are more than welcome to do it their ways. But when my name got pulled out of the hat, and they went to offer me the prize that I received, you have to understand that it wasn't that I was grateful for it. I'm always grateful for something. It's hard for me to receive gifts anyway. I find that very awkward. But it was the fact that they went to give me a prize that I already have an abundance of. So I already have an abundance of these tools. And I felt that in my eyes and how I see it, it would be better giving it to somebody that maybe doesn't have these tools. I got a bag full of them. I don't need any more. What am I going to do? I'm never going to use them. They're going to be given to me, and then all I will do is I will find somebody else to give it away to. So I told them to take the prize back, and I appreciate it, but I didn't need it, and I think it hurt their feelings. I think they were upset about that, and I don't think they liked that. And I don't think they understood that I did it because there will be somebody else out there who will appreciate it way more than I will, and I would have, and could probably use it more than I was going to use it. So that's why I did it the way I did it. I don't wear baseball caps. I have no interest in them. The cap I've got in my truck right here was given to me by Rugby, one of our drivers here, when I first started. It's a flat cap, and he gave that to me, and that meant a lot because it came from Rugby, and he's a good man. And I took it because I didn't want to insult him. Did I insult Chief? Of course I did. Were they upset about it? Of course. I'm sure they think I'm an ass for giving it back. But once again, I'll say it again, they can find somebody else that will do much better with the prize than I would have done. And that's how I saw it. I saw it like that. So I think these sort of raffles and things they have, and when they hand stuff out, people win. Somebody wins a subscription for a TV and a dish, and it's for a year, and you don't pay for it. That's great, I get it. But there's also 79 other drivers now that you've just basically insulted in respects of that. Maybe not all 79, but you've insulted some of them that ain't going to say a word to you, but you've insulted them because you basically. They may very well have needed that, or they may very well have chosen to, maybe they can't even afford it, you know what I mean? It's like, there's certain people like, I can't afford a lot of things, you know what I mean? But I don't go out of my way to buy stuff. I've never been like that. So like, there might be somebody that can't afford it, and then it's, and they get a little disgruntled over that. I could be completely wrong, but I can foresee that after being in this industry long enough and remembering how certain people were over the years have been irritated when somebody else won something that they didn't think that they deserved it. And like, well, why did they get it and we didn't? What made them better than us? Well, nothing. Nothing at all. And the problem is you can't sit down and have this discussion like I'm sort of talking to myself now. You can't sit down and have this discussion because it will insult them as well. They don't see it like we see it. So that becomes upsetting for them because they think that you're accepting that what they're trying to do is gratuitous. And I agree it is gratuitous, but there's many ways to do things. And I think it comes in home time. I think it comes into when a driver says he's uncomfortable with doing a load and he's not comfortable with going on a load, or he's not comfortable with going in certain areas, that you respect that as well. That is way more to a driver, is getting me home when I ask, allowing my home time and never disturbing me when I'm home. Don't call me, don't bug me, don't do anything. If I'm home, I'm home. Unless it's an absolute fucking emergency, then you can just send me a text message. You don't have to call me. You can just send me a text and say, hey, look, this is really important, it's an emergency, can you get a hold of us? But I don't think they should call you when you're on your home time. It's part of work. I see the dairy. So that, and like I say, certain people don't want to do loads like super coils and that, or they don't want to pull lumber, or they don't want to pull hay like this. I think they should be respected and say, all right, I don't want to do that, just so you understand. It's just, I don't feel comfortable doing it. So it's things like that I think is more driver appreciation than handing out gifts. Gifts are meaningless to me. I think I hand out gifts, and then I think to myself, does that person really, accept it? Do they? Very nice, just sitting there doing nothing. I think run out of gas or what? Dirt roads are the best. You've got to sit right in the centre, unless someone's coming the other way. I learned that lesson. I first started over here up in Colorado. I got over to the side ones, which is why yesterday when I was panicking, when I was sitting there. So when I was in Colorado, I got on the side to strap down, and she started sinking into the gully. And Stuart, the Irishman, was with me. And Stuart he was mad because he had to come and pull me out. So he had to come and pull me out because I was getting further and further over, and I couldn't get out of the ditch. I was sinking. So I'm always nervous now whenever I park somewhere and I see the trailer starting to move itself toward, like sliding down the bank or something. Even if it ain't, it feels like it. I like that tree. It's fucking awesome. It's like just right here on its own. So it's just things that I think about and I see that I know that upsets the office, and they don't see it the way I do. So of course then I'm an ass because I've gone against their ways. That they're like, well, you're being mean to us now. It's like, no, not at all. No, absolutely not. I've never been mean to you. I'm not that sort of person. I may act like it at times, but I'm not. I gotta scat out. told you, see? I'm like 66,040. I'll be quiet. I told you, I knew we wasn't heavy. I was a little bit over on my estimate though. Okay. Okay, if you're not delivering. What am I supposed to do? Do I have to go in the office? Oh, I think I might have to go in the office. Let me see. I'm looking at the screen, but I can't. Oh, I can't figure out what I'm supposed to do with the screen. This is interesting. Not winning here. I need to go in the office, figure out what I'm doing. I need to get my envelope because I gotta get the ticket. damn it. What a mess. Oh, I gotta fucking... I'm so confused. Let's see what happens. I don't know. I have nobody here to Huh. That was insane.
Alright, I'm going to end it there, okay? And then we'll carry on afterwards. I've got to figure out what the hell I'm doing. Because I can't get no one around here, so we'll figure it out. Alright, in a bit.